Welcome back to another review. Today we're doing a bit of a hardware review. We're looking at a mouth to lung kit, and it's the Endura T20S from Innokin. Now, Innokin have been around for a very long time. I think they were one of the very first companies to bring out e-cigarettes vaping devices back in the day. Now the T20S has been out for about 8 months, so I'm a little bit late doing this review, but I honestly think this is one of the better mouth to lung kits out there. Perfect for starters, perfect for advanced people who would like to do mouth to lung. So it comes in a box as so, and you slide out the box, and inside you've got another insert. In the insert, you open that up, and you get two separate compartments. One has got a USB charger in it and an instruction manual, which is a bit boring. And in the other half, you do get your device. You get a spare coil, and it comes with two 0.8 ohm coils, so they are sub-ohm coils. And you get a spare mouthpiece. This mouthpiece is more of a slimmer style mouthpiece. Some people do prefer a slimmer style, but it's personal preference. So it comes with 2.8 ohm coils, and it comes in an array of colours. You have got black, you have got purple. Now the purple has got the rubberized texture. The black doesn't. The black is painted. So I do prefer these rubberized textures because they do not peel, they do not scratch. So in a few months' time, your device will still look brand new. These rubberized textures are very good. So purple, you've got the grey, which is the rubberized texture. You've got the stainless steel, which is metal. You have got the blue, which is the rubberized texture. And you also have a rainbow, which I've not got hold of at the moment. I did have one earlier, but that's gone. They are quite a popular design, the rainbow colour. So they are very pretty indeed, if you like that sort of thing. So it's a real simple device. It's great for people who are coming off them cigarettes. And it's also good for advanced vapors who like a mouth to lung style vape. Okay, so it comes in two parts. You've got the device itself, battery untwists. The battery is a rechargeable 1500 milliamp per hour battery. I do believe they do a kit with a 2000 milliamp per hour battery, but I've not seen any of them. And then you have got your T20S Prism tank. It does say T20S there. Really simple to use and to change the coil. So to change the coil, you simply unscrew the base, get a hold of your coil, give it a little wiggle, and it will just come out. When you've finished with this coil, throw the whole thing away. Get your new coil and place it in. Now it's very important. There is a certain way you have to put this in. You don't just shove it in. So on the coil, if you can see, there's two flat sides on the base and there's two curved sides. So it's very important that you get the flat sides here, and the flat sides, if you can see the base, there's two notches there on the base. The two flat sides go that way inside the base, and it clicks into place. It must click into place and it must be flush together. If that coil doesn't go in properly and it's not clicked in and it's not in that right position that I showed you, it will leak, okay? Get your base. Get your base. Unscrew it back on. Now, it needs to be closed flush completely. If you close this tight and there's a gap there, that means the coil's not in correctly. So you do need to try and get that coil in the right position. A lot of people complain that it leaks from the bottom, but that is solely down to user error because you have not put the coil in correctly. Okay? So once you've changed the coil, pop it back onto the battery, and that's it. Simple as that. Okay? So you will only have to remove that tank now when you want to change the coil. So to fill it, you just simply unscrew the top cap, and it's as simple as that. You get your liquid and you fill it down the side there. Don't put it into the central hole of the coil. You need to put it down the side, and it's very important that you fill it to the top of the glass. That is the maximum fill line. Now, if you fill it above the glass, you will get liquid into your mouth, okay? So do not fill it above the top of the glass there. Maximum fill line, okay? Screw that back together. So we're going to fill this today with a 50-50 liquid. Now these coils do work best with a 50-50 liquid, but you can use a thicker, a higher VG liquid if you so wish. However, wicking might be a bit of a problem. It might not wick as quickly because the holes on the coils, the wicking holes, are not that big. So it might have a bit of trouble wicking the liquid. So you might burn out your coil a little bit quicker. So once you've filled your liquid to the top of the glass, like you can see, get your top. What I do is I put it on, back thread it a little turn anti-clockwise, and then screw it back on, and that will make it go on easier, okay? So it comes with two 0.8 ohm coils, like I said. Now you can get 1.5 ohm Prism S coils for this. However, I do recommend you sticking with the 0.8 ohm oil. They do give you a better vape, and the 1.5 doesn't give you as much power, okay? So it's really, really easy to switch on. It's just simply 1, 2, 3 clicks on, and it will flash 3 colours, okay? So when you press the button to vape, as you can see, it's green. That means it's between 80 to 100% charged, the battery. As you use the e-cigarette through the day, the battery will start to change colour from green to amber to red, and red is you need to change it, okay? So I've got a 50-50 liquid in here. It's a vanilla custard. Let's give this a vape and see how the T20S from Innokin vapes. It's a really, really nice vape. You get a good vapor production, and the flavour on this is really, really good. Gives out really good flavour with them 50-50 liquids. Not too tight, not too airy. Now you can actually do a bit of a direct to lung off this if you so wish. Obviously, it is quite a restricted, well, it's a very restricted lung hit, but you can do that. But bearing in mind, if you do direct to lung off this, you will burn out the coil quicker. I prefer to vape it mouth to lung. I'd recommend using a nicotine strength of 6 mg and above. If you're using a 3 mg in this, you won't get any throat hit off it at all. 6 mg and above definitely works on this. You could use this with nicotine salts as well, which I've not tried, but that would be a good Coils, how long do they last? Now, I use a vanilla custard liquid. That is the only liquid I vape in on this, which is a 50-50 6 mg. And I get about a week out of a coil max. I do vape about 10 mils of liquid every day. So I go through a bottle a day. Sorry, just had a bit of a computer crash there. So yeah, if you want to use high VG liquids, they will burn out your coil a little bit quicker. I prefer mouth to lung off this with the higher nicotine. Battery life, if you're vaping it all day throughout the day, it probably will not last you all day, but if you're in work and you're popping out for a vape here and there, it will last you all day. Okay, so Endura T20S from Innokin. I really like this kit. Definitely one of the better mouth to lung kits out there. I think it's better than the Nautilus 2. I found with the Nautilus 2, what keeps happening is it does leak a lot from the airflow at the bottom. So I would stick to the T20S from Innokin if you want a decent mouth to lung vape. Okay, so yeah, that's it, guys. You can pick these up for about £20 to £30 depending on where you buy them, and it's a nice size with the rubberized texture. I really like that. It doesn't crack and it doesn't split, so it's a very good coating to have on your vape. So yeah, let me know what you think of the Endura T20S. Leave your comments below, and I'll be back with another review very soon. Until then, see you later.